bell rings, announcing that dinner is ready, and you go in, and you see another bon vivant feast, Gabriella. This is very, very similar, just something of everything sitting in front of you to where you can choose what you eat, and it's most likely there. It's a mixture of European foods. You won't find a lot of American stuff, but you do see a good hearty bowl of grits.
Wasn't expecting this.
And some biscuits with a sausage gravy, which you know is rare to these parts.
I'm not going to turn up a good thing, but I do give it a quick sniff. Like, now I'm a little... Like, this is a little too good. Hold on.
By this point, you're rejoined by your comrades. You all sit down, and just as his father, he is just a little bit late, giving you guys some time to talk amongst yourselves.
I feel like Lizzie sits where she's gonna be like right next to him. She's just like, I am not hiding from you.
Freddy just kind of shrugs, lights a cigarette, and just kind of has a fuck it look. Bro, you don't need to go whiskey.
Gabriel brings over a bottle of some whiskey.
Beautiful.
He does that before Lizzie can remember where she's found it stashed in the past.
Hey, Freddy's thought is, even if this is a trap, I'm gonna enjoy the good parts of it before we have to run.
Fair.
She'll look at Finley and kind of shrug like, you want a glass?
Finley just looks and goes, if I drop, punch him.
Fair enough.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that as quickly. We do still want some answers.
Oh, do we?
Finley downs the drink.
Lizzie will also pass on the information about Mom taught us to always know more about your guests than they know about you to Gabriella now that she's here. Just kind of quietly pass that along.
As you take a drink of this whiskey, the two of you, roll me Constitution.
I am not taking a drink. I don't think I said I was.
Me either.
Extreme success with an 8.
I got a hard success.
This whiskey is extremely smooth, and you sip on it lightly, and it is... You know a lesser drinker would absolutely get rocked by this.
I'll just keep a hold of this. I don't think this will be you guys. I don't think will be able to handle this.
Oh no. This is it's like a good woman. You gotta enjoy it nice and slow.
Wow. I'm going to just let that wash over me.
This is for the adults.
You know, it's interesting. This is the first dinner we've had where we're not relentlessly being, rocked by various things outside of our control, and I appreciate that you have raunchy senses of humor. I appreciate that.
It does help make things feel more normal, but I don't know what about this makes you feel like we're in control.
Lizzie, you look over, and as they're talking amongst themselves, you see a smile just inch across Gabriel's face, and you see him almost reminiscing.
Yeah, it's probably been a while since there's been friendly conversation at this table. But he looks a little sad, but it's a bittersweet kind of sad. And she occasionally keeps glancing at the door she knows her brother's gonna make his entrance through.
And as you're looking at that door, you feel a tap on your shoulder.
She doesn't look. She's not falling for that one.
I do believe that I set the table for Gabriella to be sitting there. Sorry, Master. I must have misplaced those name tags for the table. I'm sure you did, Gabriel.
You know, I'm not one to break the rules of decorum. This is where it said I was to sit. Do you not want to sit next to your sister?
Not exactly.
Has been some time.
You're just here by coincidence. Whatever.
You picked us up.
He sits down, and you see he looks a lot angrier than he was before. And Lizzie, you would know him not to break decorum like this under any circumstance, except he was a lot more of the emotional child. Something's nagging at him, definitely. Gabriella, would you like to roll psychology on him?
Oh, yeah. Alright, let's,
Lizzie will refrain from egging him on more, noticing that.
I will use luck because I want to know his stuff. So I'm going to use 8 luck. What's going on in his brain?
This looks like a man who's been unsettled by something. You're working through it, and you're just like, alright, this man prides himself on being in control. He's probably lost control of something.
What seems to be the matter? You were so composed when you picked us up.
He takes a breath in, realizing that he's been seen through. I suppose I should let you know who I meant by our enemies abound. You lot, especially you, Gabriella, have been in an intrigue that has many parties involved, many countries, many special interest groups. I'm sure you've met at least all of them, or most of them, at least on the British side.
I'd say I've met a few. Not fun, but I suppose that's what happens when you get involved in such groups.
Yes, it would seem that ours, the Twilight Shadow, has sent agents up to take hold of the artifacts which I have in the study right now. They sent me a letter notifying me, and when I got the letter, it had already been opened. And Gabriel here has not opened the letter. I can trust Gabriel. So that would mean that either Greenwheel or those self-righteous Nazis have intercepted it and let it slide through anyways.
So they know what you have.
They know I have something in my possession. That is why time is of the essence. Freddy, I'm very sorry about what happened to your store. I heard about it while you were on the train ride over. I'm willing to offer you enough money to repair the store and get you some new antiquities that you can sell. Real ones. Ones that even the British Museum might be interested in buying. I just need help. I'm in a tight spot. I'm sure you understand. But where are my manners? Please, eat. My problems are not exactly yours yet.
Lizzie will start putting some food on her plate, avoiding anything that looks like mushrooms. She has not forgotten what happened on the train.
Yeah, I'm pretty anti-mushroom at this point.
Playing along for information, she might have had, like, her jaw tense or, like, clenched her fist when he mentioned, like, artifact in the study.
You get yourself a good helping of some meats and vegetables, anything that isn't a mushroom. I don't think any of you are really eating mushrooms, are you guys?
Not
No.
anymore.
Finley's just on a liquid diet right now.
That's fair enough. Amesley goes ahead and chooses some food to eat as well, and he yells back to thank Robert, the chef. So, Gabriella, how's your practice?
Abandoned. I'm here. I'm the only one at my practice.
I'm sure my father's money has gone to helping you stay off the ground.
Certainly has. Couldn't have predicted the Blitz, though.
No, even in my father's great wisdom, I don't think he could predict that.
Not really his fault, anyways.
That is still to be seen. Go ahead and roll psychology on him again.
Oh boy.
You seem to be quite well apprised of things that have been going on. Perhaps you could help enlighten us as to the situation we found ourselves in.
Alright, before he responds, Gabriella, you notice that this man is coming unhinged.
Oh.
He is one inconvenience away from losing his mind.
Oh no.
Not in the sanity type way, but in the he is about to go white boy rage on this.
Oh no.
My father will hear about this kind of
Oh
stuff.
yeah, no, I got you. Too bad Dad is not here to, for your bit.
Lizzie can kind of read that too, right?
Anything that Gabriella sees, you're getting like,
You get for free.
yeah, you've known this man forever.
She's enjoying this. She's pretending to be sympathetic. She's so enjoying this.
Oh man, I kind of stop and I do a little tap on the table. So, time is of the essence. You have us here. It seems like you're very stressed. Perhaps maybe cutting to the chase a little can help you out here.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion on that one.
Oh boy. Oh, we're doing good today, folks.
Does he just ignore what Lizzie said, I'm guessing?
Yeah, well, how does he respond to Lizzie? Yeah.
He ignores her.
No.
And with that persuasion, you see him take a breath. Yes, you're right. Sorry. I'm not trying to be rude. I just am also still trying to understand why my father decided to entrust his wealth into you, no offense, and
None taken. I'm quite good at my job.
so I've heard. And if you have anybody that you would recommend, I would find that as a great help.
I'm sure there's a few nice hypnotists around that could really help you relax. And if we recall the previous time I mentioned hypnotists, Gabriella's not a fan, but that's fine because Gabriella's not a fan of this person. It's like you can have some losers that focus on mesmerism or whatever.
Oh, so you really buy into that hypnotism thing?
It's not my trainings, especially. I much prefer collective unconscious and dreams, but
Anyways, you, Finley was your name?
Yep. Yes, that is correct. Oh, there's some strong stuff.
I see you're enjoying the whiskey.
Oh, yes. It's helping me not forget that it's because of your dad my grandfather's dead.
Oh man, I love dinner parties.
Someone called
That
the
is
doctor.
out of character. Ooh, I love dinner parties. They are like sword fights with your words.
And
Lizzie
all of a
does
sudden,
glare at
he's regretting.
Finley and is resisting the urge to kick him under the table. If only because she doesn't want to give her brother the satisfaction of her being rude at the table. She wants him to be the rude one.
I think it's coming.
He automatically starts feeling a little bit regretful that he even went to Finley and stopped talking to Gabriella.
It's like, I hate this guy, but I'll be nice. We're like work acquaintances from the cult. Meanwhile,
It just stops you dead in your talking and then
that's so
switches
funny.
over.
That's so funny. Big
Just to
regrets
get
from this
roasted.
motherfucker.
It's like, yeah, it's helping me forget this because of your dad. My grandfather's dead. Thanks a lot.
That's
Thanks.
really helping me out, you know. This nice dinner is really taking the edge off.
Lizzie is slightly offended by this,
Oh man, that was good. That was good stuff.
but she's choosing to take joy in Adam's continued frustration.
Oh, that was so good.
So, Freddy, is it?
Mm.
Just swirls their whiskey and sips. Yep.
Get his ass.
Oh no, Finley already did that.
Man, it's gotta be.
There's not much left after that.
It's gotta be something that, like, it's like, oh no, you're my only hope, and it's my sister who hates me, and this group of jackasses.
Lizzie, you look over at Gabriel, and he is stifling his laughter.
Oh man, Gabriella is sipping. I think at some point Gabriella got a hold of some tea and is just like enjoying while this is all happening.
There is some coffee at the table too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll get some coffee. Cause that's been on
Lizzie
ration
does a
lately.
little not super subtle cheers motion towards Gabriel. Just like yes, this is great with her drink that I don't think she's actually been drinking because she's still suspicious of her brother that was part of a cult.
I mean, if he needs us, he wouldn't poison us.
I mean, there are many ways to poison people without incapacitating them, I just have to say.
True,
It's
true,
not
true.
that hard. They're actually easier to get a hold of.
Before Adam is even able to open his mouth again, Gabriel steps in and just, Sir, I do believe that you're being a mite bit rude to your guests. Perhaps you should not, and remember that there are more important things to worry about than your ego.
Ooh, got him.
Yeah, like me not having a dead grandfather. Billy just takes another drink.
You see Adam flush red.
I was going to mention to the table that our host here seems very distressed, and that the smallest amount of inconvenience would really push him over the edge, but I forgot to mention it. What? Because, I'm so undeserving of what I received in a
You will not
will.
psychoanalyze me at my table.
Ooh, that's when Finley's hand hits the table. He stands up and he goes, I will actually do my best to remember something that my grandfather, before he unfortunately met your father and lost his life, he taught me that if you have nothing nice to say, it's best to not say nothing. And I shall take my leave of this table, because somebody here has to show that they are mature and a grown-up, unlike you. He chugs the rest of the bottle, slams it down, and turns the Wacko out.
Stifling every possible cackle, like a full witch's cackle.
Freddy is that Leo DiCaprio meme from Django.
Oh, the
with
other
whiskey,
one, yeah.
And it's just the
I will add this, if he wouldn't have tried to insult Gabriella, Finley wouldn't have done that, but no,
Aw. Thanks, Finley.
As Finley leaves, Lizzie makes a comment under her breath about, it's funny, I think you said I was going to be the one that would fall apart without our parents here to take care of us.
Miss Lizzie, you're a wonderful woman. And Finley fully exits.
oh boy. Before he's even further murdered to the point, I can't get me money.
Lizzie, roll a spot hidden.
Go for it. How am I about to get, stabbed or shot?
the hidden thing is a gun.
I succeeded!
Yeah!
His hand is hovering over his waistline.
Oh no, it is a gun.
She puts her hand in her lap where she has her bag that has her gun in it. And just stares him down.
Before he's able to do anything, you hear a
Oh.
from down the end of the table where Gabriel is, and he's leveling a rifle that was a cane at your brother. Master Adam, I believe that is enough, and we will not need to come to the resort to violence for hurtful words. I'm sure you are a bigger man than that.
Well,
This dynamic
Lizzie, you know that this is the same dynamic it's always been.
Okay, cool.
This dynamic is how your grandfather died.
Hmm.
She just goes back to her meal. Just eating very prim and proper.
I suppose I am. Gabrielle, you don't even have to roll for this. No, no, he is not.
He's not okay. I'm fine. He was not, in fact, fine.
He was indeed not fine.
He's actually whatever the opposite of fine is. He's having a bad time.
I think I've done the epitome of he will remember this moment.
Right? Like, he does the full set of, like, stock face reactions.
We have destroyed this man in his own house. And then he got threatened by his own butler. Lizzie is just... You could tell Lizzie's enjoying this so much.
I am having a big laugh about it.
Well, Lizzie, you remember that before your father died, he had left this house as a gift to Robert and Gabriel. It's not his house. He sits down
Do I want to do it?
and turns to Freddy.
It does pay to listen to the master of the house.
Just keep that roast going.
Oh, man.
She's got 20 years of resentment built up.
Freddy's just swirling the whiskey and slowly sipping it with a smirk, like dinner and a show.
Oh, man,
yes, please.
I'm delighting. Like, and I'm scanning the whole visual of it, and it is so obvious that I'm like drinking it in as a curiosity, and not as like just I'm here. It's like, oh no, this is like I can psychoanalyze you for years based on this.
The items are upstairs in the study. I'm sure they will be very interesting to you. Have a good night. And he stands up, excuses himself, and then walks out.
Off he goes.
The second the door closes behind him. God, that felt amazing.
Isn't it just?
Oh my god.
Yeah, Freddy's just smirking and takes the bottle and pours a glass for the other two and slides it open. That was well earned.
It's so good to see you, Gabriel. I should have come to visit sooner. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you should have. If it wasn't under dire straits, that twat would not see the inside of this house ever again.
So what's going on?
Well, your brother has gotten in bed with a cult, a druid cult, and the Nazis.
Oh, well, 3. So industrious.
Oh, so he's even more stupid and ambitious than I thought he was.
Yes. Even your dad wasn't this, brazen.
What happened with Dad, do you know?
Extortion. And I'm sure Gabriella can tell you the rest of that.
It's not necessarily dinner table talk.
No. But this wasn't very much of a dinner.
She told me part of it. I had no idea Father was interested in any of this. And I was supposed to be there that night, but ran into some travel difficulties and didn't make it back in time. So why have you let him back in?
Well, there's a certain pity that I have watching this boy that I've known since he was a babe this deep in the trouble. And since I have no one but Robert to take care of, well, it was only the right thing to do. Besides, I got to see him beg on his knees.
Oh, that must have been wonderful.
Robert was filming the whole thing. And you see the chef open up the window to the kitchen, and he has tape in hand.
Oh my god.
Have I told... I love both of you. You're my favorite. Both of you.
Not for nothing, but I can very much see what's driven him into this state if this is where he's at.
You didn't know him growing up.
I can't say I did.
Well, this is his last stand. I've told him that he must make everything right or he needs to get out of here and choose which side of this conflict he wants to be on and suffer the rest. But he can't get out of his own self and interest.
What does he need to do to make it right?
Well, he needs to give one side the artifacts that he's trying to get Freddy to appraise. He, recently bought all of the artifacts that were brought a dig over up in Glasgow. And, well, he doesn't really know which ones are what he needs and which ones are fake. Or, well, not necessarily fake, but just not important, like just pottery, for pottery's sake.
Yeah, he was never very good at that.
No. He's good at talking his way out of things, and we got this, and he hands you a telegram.
She takes it and looks at it.
It is a notice that a U-boat will be coming to pick him up in about a week.
He really doesn't have much time. When did this arrive?
3 weeks ago.
So he decided that his best option was to kidnap us? He didn't have anyone else who could help?
No. He's going off the great old philosophy that the enemy of your enemy is your friend, not accounting for the fact that he's made enemies with literally everybody. So, completely up to you if you want to help him. I just don't want to see the Germans getting any of those implements.
Well, I certainly have no trouble causing great inconvenience and pain to Nazis, so...
I don't think any of us have any reservations about that.
Perfect. Count me in.
Right, so we're giving them the fakes and keeping the real ones.
Ideally, yes. They will have some sort of person appraising them, but by that time, we should all be out of here.
Where are you planning on going? Or is it best we don't know?
Well, Robert and I always wanted to see Florida. We hear it's beautiful over there.
I shrug. Never been.
We were thinking about opening a bed and breakfast.
That sounds wonderful. I'll have to come visit.
That would be just charming, yes.
Anyways, he will be pouting in his room for the next couple hours. Freddy, if you'll come with me, I'll show you the artifacts.
Right, she'll follow.
We should get Finley down here so he actually eats something.
And at least let him know that, you know, there's a plan in place and we have something we're going to be doing, and that we very soundly sent him running to his room.
Lizzie briefly considers going to... There's like this one like closet or a cupboard where she knows if he's crying in his room, she'll be able to hear it.
You go to that closet, and he is screaming, and then you hear sniffling.
Oh, no!
How dare they?
This pathetic little weenie.
I brought them into my house, and they treat me like this.
I tried to do weird rich people power plays, and now look at how they treat me.
Lizzie just very loudly said, "So nice of Gabriel and Robert to let us stay in the home," as she's walking by them.
And you hear him stop, and then all of those decades of you doing that to him in the past flash back.
He's fine.
Charlene Amesley, I told you not to do that anymore. What would Mummy say?
Well, no, he did not say what would Mummy say. This man, of course he's getting bullied by everybody.
I believe she would say there comes a time in your life when you have to deal with your own problems, and you can't let everything break
Get
you.
him, Mom.
You have to learn how to be strong and stand for yourself. That's what she said to me.
I think the only thing that makes it worse is that Finley is loudly singing drunkenly. from the living room area.
Heck yeah.
He's just
I
loudly dancing and singing.
It goes hard.
Lizzie just like grabbed a bunch of like rolls and biscuits and was like, Finley, please eat something. Thank you for dragging my brother, but please eat something.
He did not drag me.
Robert made these. Robert's wonderful. You can trust it.
This is our allowed anachronism, is that we can say we dragged him.
Finley is just very, very drunk. He takes a big mouthful, roughly swallows it. I did not mean to insult your father. I'm sorry, Miss Lizzie. I forgot he's your brother. That smug face and just... Ah!
Oh, no.
That is not something I think I will ever have a problem with, you insulting my brother.
But I do apologize what I said about your father. I apologize.
And I accept it. I understand it's a bit of a sore subject, and I don't know what state he was in when that was happening, but just know he was a good man. My brother, on the other hand, just...
I trust your words. From you, that means a lot. If that was coming from the baby in his room currently, I would just brush that off as some salt on my shoulder.
We should probably go talk about him somewhere else where he can't hear us, otherwise he is not going to be coming out of his room until, like, the weekend.
He's just, like, kicking the wall. He's like, ugh.
He's just punching air.
Oh, I was hoping he was hearing.
Oh, man. Nothing
this.
quite makes me chuckle like a pathetic man. Like, that's so much fun.
You know, the best part of all of this is that he has to see that his sister has such a bright head on her shoulders, and he is less than nothing.
We do need him to not go... We do need him to not go run off and do anything stupid. Apparently he's involved with 2 cults and the Nazis.
Wait. Did you just say he's involved with the cult? Is it possibly one with a circle? And is it the color green?
Yes.
Finley runs for the room.
He has his pistol drawn. He's just like, he knows you coming.
You
Stay back.
shit!
Stay back.
Cutting Bosco in another hallway. Like, I wonder how everyone's doing after dinner.
We're gonna cut to Freddy.
Freddy's just walking with Gabriel and humming that Baldy tune as they walk.
It has always been quite dramatic in these halls when the Amesleys came to visit.
Oh, they got more money than sense, I figure.
That's what happens when your daddy is an oil tycoon, I suppose.
Yeah, at least Lizzie got good head on her shoulders. Don't know about the other one. Was kicked a few times in the head.
It wasn't me.
Not that the only one could prove.
It wasn't me! I did not cause any head trauma to that child. That's all on him.
Anyways, here's the study, and he opens and you see hills and hills of stuff. He's turned my study into a junkyard. I have no use for any of it, nor do I want it. So...
Yeah, she picks up an obvious fake and just tosses it in the air a few times. You got that wrong, mate.
if there's anything in here that you want to sell in whatever he's promised you, in your own antique shop, I'll make sure to package it up and send it to the location, or just have it in storage until you're ready.
Hey, sounds good. Which ones are the woo-woo ones that we got to be worried about?
Well, we don't know. All of them seem to be benign relics of a bygone era. And, well, some of them are... Well, they're not all fake. They're all rather real archaeological finds. Some of them are just more common than usual. Some of them are actual items that you should probably be a little bit more careful with. But I'm sure, from what we've heard of you, you're the best person to be doing that.
Right, and just very gently sets down the candlestick that she's been hucking in the air.
Well, you're not going to do it tonight. There's not enough sun in the sky.
Right, alright, well, we'll come back after we all finish making sure Finley don't piss himself, what have you.
Oh no! Oh right, there was there was an incident about to happen.
So we cut back to Finley about to but what is Finley about to do?
So Finley gets to the door, and he stops. In his extreme rage, he takes a deep breath, and he just bangs on the door. You get out here right now!
I will not leave my room for the likes of you.
You insignificant child! You have an amazing sister. Your father was most likely probably a great man before he was used by that cult that most likely murdered him. You get out here right now and face me like a man!
Ooh.
We did not murder him. I mean, they did not murder him.
Wait. What? This is gonna be like unlikely, but would I have seen him at the house?
Roll spot hidden.
No, was he was there with the cult? Oh wait. Like, yeah, I wouldn't have seen him. He would have been like all robed up and stuff, but if he was there, we're gonna
Actually, roll listen instead.
Oh, I got a hard success.
That was a hard success.
No, now I must throw it away. It will disappear into the void.
I'll keep that roll for another thing that you need later.
I
Oh,
will
you're only
use-
6 away, too.
No, I shouldn't use luck on this. That's fine. Even if it's not true, it is what it is.
The voice sounds familiar.
Oh.
You know that for sure.
I've never been able to pin it down, because even when I saw him at the cult meetings, I was like, is it him?
Yeah. I'm not coming out. You realize that all cool that had been in his voice before, where he was like modularly trying to make it lower to sound like Gabriel's. And now you hear him for who he really is.
Finley is shaking with rage, but he turns to look at Lizzie.
Lizzie's put her hand on your shoulder, just like, calm.
And he's just, no, I've actually embarrassed myself enough today. You have a lot of nerve to even say a word against any of my comrades here with me today.
And he opens the door and is just like, yes, you have embarrassed yourself.
Finley punches him right in the nose.
He couldn't resist.
Right
He
as
couldn't
Lizzie's
resist.
just like, oh, that's so rich coming from you.
Can, at this point, Freddy and...
Two cults and the Nazis, what is wrong with you?
I'm having a blast.
I am so sorry. I am so sorry to Lizzie. It's just, Finley has. This is that moment from Django Unchained when Christopher Waltz looked at Jamie Foxx. I had to do it.
I had to.
Lizzie is having the time of her life right now. So.
But it feels disrespectful to her, though. That's the only thing that
Valid.
makes Finley upset about this decision.
You punch him square in the face. Do you want to continue this fight with him?
Oh my god.
You know what? He's gonna leave it at that.
Easy there.
I love the setup. Like, what is Wesley Ainsley up to? And it's like being a little punk, obviously.
You know what? And I'm taking that. Finley just looks at him and goes, "You are just a little punk who tries to live off his father's money. You make me sick."
It is not all daddy's money.
Oop.
Quit while you're ahead, dude. Quit while you're ahead.
Finley raises his hands and goes, "Miss Lizzie, I'm going to take a few steps away because he's asking, and I respect you too much."
Gently pushes you back a couple of steps and then turns to her brother who's still on the ground. So how exactly did you think getting involved with two cults and the Nazis was going to bug out? Especially getting involved with the cult, that's the reason my father's dead.
Well, it's not like I had much of a choice. He wrote us out of the will. I had a certain set of skills.
I have a similar set of skills. And I didn't need to resort to working with the devils to survive. not gonna mention working with Gwen.
He doesn't need to know that. Like, why would you give him a moral high ground when you're already winning?
Miss Lizzie, even if you worked with the devil himself, you'd still be 1,000 times better than him.
Freddy, by this point, you're done in the study, and you guys come out and you see this happening.
Mr. Gabriel, I do apologize.
He punched him in the face. It was great.
I do apologize to the true head of the house.
And he gets up and he starts running at you.
Oh boy.
Emily lets it happen. It's like, go ahead, prove my point. You're a child.
like, oh, we're doing this.
It's like, you really want to do this? Go ahead. You're proving my point.
Roll brawl.
Happily. I'm spending the luck to win this.
I don't think he's bleeding, is he?
Okay.
It's worth it.
You definitely beat him out because he may or may not, for our viewers at home, have failed.
Critically.
No.
You just beat the crap out of him. He is on the ground, bloody nose, black eye, bruises all over his body, and he has not laid a hand on you yet.
Finley's just got him right now, holding him by his pinky, and has him like with his hand behind his back, holding him on his tippy toes, and goes, "Now, will you do us a favor and lead us to anything you might have had hidden from Freddy here? Because I do not trust," as he twists his pinky, "that you would have supplied her with everything."
As you do this, he's just like, "I haven't hid anything."
Miss Lizzie, does it sound like he's telling the truth?
Go ahead and roll psychology if you want, Lizzie.
My psychology is
Gabriella, do the same.
terrible.
Oh, do I make it to the scene of the commotion?
Yeah, I fail hard.
Oh,
But I feel like my default answer is he's not that clever. You might think he is, but
Gabriella, you know that he is telling the truth. He has no reason to lie at this point. He's getting more beat up than he's ever been beat up in his life.
Yeah, a little bit.
it's starting to get kind of sad.
Yeah.
You see Gabriel come over. All right, let's end this. And Finley, as you break off of him, "Thank you, Gabriel. I knew one of us was sensible." And he just gets hit with the cane rifle that Gabriel carries.
Gabriel's
Did
so
I not
cool.
say that I really like this man?
Gabriel's
That I like
way
Mr.
cooler
Gabriel?
than a lot of the folks we've met.
I like him.
Freddy just is sipping her drink and smirks, and they're just like, right, so tying him up, putting him in the closet.
I like this pet.
Tie him up, put him in his room, lock it.
Do you know where he hides things around here?
Yes, but I've already checked them all. There's nothing he's hiding.
Damn it.
He surprisingly does have a brain.
Just enough to get in trouble.
He's telling the truth. He's just not very clever about this specific set of circumstances.
He thinks he can be a manipulative piece of crap and then can't
Yeah.
even do that, correct?
You know, by
Yeah.
the time he wakes up in the closet, he might be more agreeable, and we could possibly get a lead on where his little friends are.
Right. I wouldn't mind paying a visit to some other cultists and seeing if we can have a nice, friendly chat and maybe get to the bottom of this situation.
Exactly.
All right.
And find out who was responsible for the untimely fates of Miss Lizzie's father and my grandfather.
Of course.
Sounds like a plan. Well, Gabriel goes ahead and tells you all it would probably be best to retire for the night. We have ample books in the study if you can reach them, past all of the nonsense in there. Other than that, I'm going to help clean up the table and probably finish off the rest of that food with Robert. You lot have a good night, and if you need us, there are bells in every room, except for his.
Oh, wow. What a dynamic.
You have a good night.
Good night.
Thank you, Gabriel.
Good night, Mr. Gabriel.
Whew.
Lizzie gives him a hug.
He hugs you back and then drags your brother off.
Of all the ways I imagined running into my brother again, this wasn't even a possibility I considered, but I think this was the best night of my life.
Roll a d3, Lizzie.
Behold, a point of sanity for bullying your sibling. Ooh.
Just one.
Alright, 1 point of sanity for bullying your sibling.
A classic move.
Finley just feels great. He just feels great.
You gave us a scrawny, whiny little white boy to bully.
I will say, like, I was not able to keep my fucking shit together when you're like, he's about to white boy rage. I was like, I don't know what to do with that information.
Wait till my father hears about this, Hermione. Whoop, bam!
like I was not prepared to hear the terms white boy rage.
And then I was just, hold my beer.
Man.
Let me
My
put
father
this
would hear
white
about
boy
this.
rage in his place.
Oh man, I can't wait to release an entire episode where we're just bullying a rich dude for like 30
God,
minutes.
that's gonna be so fun.
Like 30 minutes of just clowning on this man. Just ruining his day.
It's been like a nice break from all the spooky, scary chaos
yeah,
to
no, I was
just
like,
drag white boy wannabe Nazi.
We get like a meal. My dog gets another dog to hang out with.
Freddie and Finley had some good whiskey.
Yeah.
We have like a goal where we have to like get these artifacts from these cults so we can like start to fucking solve this shit.
I'm a little paranoid about how long this is gonna last before it all goes bad, but
Oh well, I mean, I enjoyed our nice time before the horrible things come, so that's all that counts.
Sometimes we just have to take a break from the horror
Yeah.
and just enjoy the mystery and the time in between.
Tell your keeper to let you bully a rich person with minimal consequences. This is my new stance related to Call of Cthulhu. Everyone should be asking for it.
All right. So, for the rest of the night, you guys are free to do as you please. Read, enjoy the whiskey. Some of the food will be packaged away to where you can get to it if you want to. Everything else is up to you. You're even allowed to walk the streets of Edinburgh if you want to.
Finley is just getting good and wasted in celebration.
I think the thing that Freddie does is goes to a local pub, starts a poker game, and then comes back after, winning or losing some money. It's more the blowing off steam.
I'm so glad that you decided to go to a pub.
Oh, no.
Do I find my little bastards?
They are dancing on tables.
Yeah!
You go in.
Are people throwing money
Look
at
at
them?
him go.
Yeah.
They will point. I get half of that, you little shits.
These aren't your mice. Wait, are these your mice?
Bullshit. They're the fucking mice.
Well, they've been making me quite a bit of money.
Oh no, he's gonna adopt them.
I was thinking about adopting them. They've been drinking some of my creme de la creme.
Right. Well, I will pay the tab. You keep 80%. We call it even.
90%.
Fair enough.
Nice doing business with you.
She's looking to drink here. She's not gonna argue with the bar guy.
Take this and get out of my sight.
You enjoy the bar with the mice. The mice are drinking the beer.
I imagine they're dunking their heads in. Like it's like they're bobbing for apples.
Two of them are at the bottom, and Father Blackwell goes up, and they replace, and then
Yo, they have a system.
they got a system for this.
That's awesome.
how much time have they spent drinking as mice?
You start to realize this is really coordinated for people who you thought earlier on would have just been turned into mice. How long have they really been like this?
Oh god. I mean, he has been out of my life for a while, so.
You think back to when Gabriella said this all began in 39, and you're just like, yeah, 2 years will probably do that.
Oh no. he's gone like full mouse.
As the night begins to wind down, and you're at this pub. You're at a good buzz right now. You turn to your right, you start talking to the man next to you, and he's just giving you some really good life advice and telling you to keep your head on your shoulders. And you turn and you see this man with a clerical collar sitting there. And he stands up and he walks away, and you blink and your mice are just kind of like looking back up at you.
Right. Either you turn back and then pop here, or I've had too much.
They all tilt their head. Squeak.
You have been listening to Beyond the Crumbling Veil, a Call of Cthulhu 7e actual play podcast by Styx Helix Productions as part of Pseudonym Social, a creative podcast network changing reality one story at a time. If you're enjoying this show, please consider leaving us a review on iTunes or Podchaser or wherever you're listening to help other people find this lovely spooky tale. Beyond the Crumbling Veil is DM'd by John Voman of Styx Helix Productions, with Brian as Finley Yeager Lazarus, Ian Ramos as Gabriella Slaughter, Fennec Foxfire as Frederica Newman, and Brianna Jean as Charlene Elizabeth Amesley. The show is also produced by Brianna Jean. If you don't want to wait to find out what happens next, you can get early access to our episodes by joining our Patreon at patreon.com/pseudonymsocial. You can also find out more information about our other shows at pseudonymsocial.com and support our various productions.